Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Welcome back to my magazine show, Super Genki, where the limits are, there are no limits. My name is Jerry, and this is my channel. Today, I'm going to share with you all my tips and tricks for a flawless, beautiful skin finish base. So if you're interested to see and learn some of my tips and tricks, then please keep on watching. Hey beautiful people, so today is going to be my tips, tricks and the way that I make a beautiful natural skin finish. And today I'm going to start my 101 on everything that I do. Now sometimes I don't color correct because there's no need to, and it depends where you're going, what you're doing, etc. So I did just shave recently, so I do have a little bit of redness, so I will color correct. And if you're still a little bit confused about color correcting, I would suggest getting hold of one of these, which is a color wheel. And basically the color wheel will show the opposite sides of the colors that you can cancel out with makeup. So for example, we have the blue on this side here, and directly opposite we have orange. So orange will cancel out any blueness from veins or maybe darkness under the eyes. That's mainly where I like to do my color correction under the eyes with peach colors. So I will show you the products that I use. And oh, I have to show you this beautiful organic lip balm. It's so good. It's called Fru. This one is the cherry one, and I've tried the organic as well, which is absolutely beautiful. And petroleum-based products basically strip the moisture from your lips. Have you ever had a lip balm where you've been using and using and using, and you have to keep using and using, and you're kind of addicted to using it, but basically it strips all the moisture, so it's best to get something that doesn't have petroleum in them. So let's start with moisturizing the lips. Very nice. Now, my skin is already moisturized, and I'm going to use a blurring primer. Now, this one is from Revolution, and it's a great price. I've heard it's a dupe for the Professional from Benefit, but this one lasts for ages, and it's only £5. So, there's a hair there. So, I always use in upward motions like this. Never drag down on the skin, you always want to go up. And this just gives a nice sort of base for your products to stick to, and a little bit of blurring technology, which is rather gorgeous when we want to smooth our skin and look flawless. The colour correcting I'm going to do today, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Coverall. It's quite a nice product because it's quite thick, and you have the green to neutralize any redness, and you have the orange that covers. There's a highlight one in there as well, and there's another sort of red tone. So yeah, I'm going to actually neutralize with the green, and you don't need to use too much. That's the problem with using these color correctors, is people use so much and then they end up having really weird sort of like green and, you know, orange and red, you know, like the colors of the rainbow, and it just doesn't look very natural on this finish of the skin. So right, let's see where I'm red. I have a pimple here, I'm just going to cover there, and a bit of redness on the neck. So yeah, let's just cover all these little imperfections. A little bit of redness on the top there, and another little pimple here. So I like to use my fingers for products like this because the warmth of your fingertips is much better for activating the product to sink into the skin. You know, brushes are good also, but this really, you can really just sort of get into the skin, and you know, you have total control of the blending. I also use a sponge as well, but for the first part here, I'm just going to really work it into the skin, like so. A little bit of redness on my nose there. So like I said, I don't always use this green. I mainly use under my eyes, I use the peach colouring, but I have a few different products from a few different brands, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing, and the effect I want to achieve. So yeah, that looks pretty good. It looks fine, and I just going to get a sponge and just, this is a damp sponge, and I'm just going to go over the skin and make sure, just patting into the skin, not wiping, because if you wipe like that, you're going to wipe away and you're going to move the product to another area of the face. So just bounce, 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 bounce. That's all you want to do, is just bounce it on. And yeah, I think that's neutralized pretty good there. Now, I could use the peach in this, but I want to actually show you this product. This product is a Revolution product, and it's their peach corrector. Let's see, can you see? And it's really inexpensive. It's a few pounds. I mean, it's £4 actually. So it does smell a little bit like paint, but that's fine for me because the efficacy of the product is really, really great. So I usually start with under my eyes, and also getting right in the corner, getting in the corner there where darkness seems to, you know, be prevalent. So I just give a good painting of this under the eyes, like so. And I also put a little bit on the top here where I had redness. So this is all about layering these products, and I have some good tips that if your makeup does get cakey, I have a couple of really, really handy tips that will help. Tips that people don't really talk about. So now I just blend this all in with my finger. Just tap it in, very gentle. Remember, the eyes under the skin are very thin, so you don't want to be too abrupt with it, because you could damage some of the capillaries, and we don't want that, do we? Now, I also have the Jeffree Star Peach Corrector, which is excellent, so I do like to use a little bit of this as well. Before I put the foundation onto the skin, I'm just going to put a little bit of powder under the eye and over the face, just to set that concealer. And today I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Magic Concealer in translucent. This has a blurring technology, and it smells of cotton candy, just very slightly when you first use it. Has anyone noticed it's got a pentagram on there as well? Magic indeed. So, okay. Oh! See, I'm talking about pentagrams and it's flying across the room. Hello! So, the brush I'm going to use is another Morphe brush, and it's the 536. Really, really nice sort of bullet. Very, very great for this type of blending. So, I always tap into the actual base, and then I usually use the lid to knock any powder off, but as I have the lid over there, I'll leave it there for the moment. Just tap off so there's not too much product. That's the thing, is you don't need to cake your face in powder. So this is perfect, this brush for under the eyes. And I'm going to do some contour on my eyes now, and the reason why I do this is because my eyes are hooded, and just recently I've sort of started using a contour, and it's quite effective once I put the foundation over and it's very blended, and it just gives my eyes just a bit more of an opened look. And I'm going to use the e.l.f. cream contour palette, and I'm going to use, which shade am I going to use? I'm going to use this top corner one. Usually if you want to tell which colour is going to be best for your skin, just hold the contour palette up to your face, and then you can sort of see which tones are going to go best for your skin tone. And oh, good little fact, did you know that e.l.f. stands for eyes, lips and face? I only found that out about a month ago, and I think that's quite a genius name, and I love the way that they've done that with their words. So yes, here we go. So I'm taking another Morphe brush, and this is a flat brush. It's the M224. So as you can see, it's just any flat brush, and so I need to look at it first. Just look ahead in the mirror and see where you want to give the sort of definition and socket. So I just look ahead like that. So again, look forward, go above the eye, like so. And when this is blended, this will look really nice and natural. So, blending brush, any fluffy blending brush will do. This is an Estee Lauder one. Number's sort of gone, it's quite old, so let's just give this a nice blend. Circular motions, backwards and forwards, circular motions. Like so. And also using my finger as well. Now I'm going to put some foundation on, and what I'm liking at the moment, again, Revolution, is the new Conceal and Hydrate. I think this is a great foundation. I have about 10 different foundations here from different brands, but you know, I really like this one at the moment, and it has a pump. So what I do, one pump, that's all you need, and then gently distribute it into the middle of the face. That's where you want the focus mostly, in the middle of the face. Tap, 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 tap. Just stipple it in, stipple. What happens when we've put too much powder on and we get very cakey and it just looks too heavy and too built up? Well, of course, we can use a setting spray. Yes, that's a good thing. But I like to use blotting paper. Yes, blotting paper. Now, I know a lot of brands do blotting paper. I think MAC is like £12 or something. I get these for 99p. I get these, they're from China. Most products are made in China anyway. It's just all of these companies just repackage them and put the price up. And at the end of the day, you know, all it is a piece of tissue paper. So what I do is take the tissue paper and place it over the area that's cakey, and just take off any area that you think has caked it up. See, I don't know whether you can see on there, but there is a lot of powder that's come off there. I purposely put a bit too much on so I could show you this trick. Let's have a look. Yep. And then of course, setting spray. Okay, that's this one. This is a new one that I'm trying. It's called Studio 10 Makeup Mist Glow Collection. And let's have a look, see how we go with this. Oh, the spray is... Oof. Spray is a bit full on. It's not as fine mist as I'd like it. So I'm just going to use my fan to just quickly dry that down a bit. Now this is also a good time for you to get rid of cakey-ness. If any cakey-ness is there, just get your sponge and press in, like so. And that way, all of the mist takes away some of that cakey-ness, like so. But another, if that still's not working and you're still caked up, here's another little idea. So I get a little bit of oil. You can use any oil you want to. This is sweet almond oil. Put a couple of drops. It's not coming out. Yeah, a couple of drops on the back of my hand. Work it into a sponge and just tap on any area that is cakey, and that will take away your cakiness. Simple trick, very effective. So let's check this out, let's see where we're at. Yeah, not bad. So let me brush my eyebrows. Brush. I'm going to also show you a little product. I love lip stains. The lip liner I usually use is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I love that. It's just the same colour as my lips, and the lipstick as well. A touch of that is perfect. But I found something that's like a stain, very, very, very inexpensive. It's the Colour Pout from Collection Makeup, which is a UK brand. So this is a great time to just put the colour back into your lips. And just to correct the shape there. Such a good tone. Don't forget to get it right in the corners. Such a good cheap product. See? Correct the pigmentation in my lips. See? Loving that. Put a little bit more life into my lips there. And the final thing I'm going to do to make my skin also look a bit more seamless and flawless and all blended in is I'm from Revolution Pro. I love this skin finish in opalescent. It's so good. Can you see that? It's the baked formula. And I'm going to take my Morphe E3 brush. Things dropping everywhere. Oh goodness. Give it a good swirl, and I just dab this everywhere. It just makes the skin look so gorgeous and natural. I thought there was a mirror then. No mirror. There we go. It's the hair from the brush. Stick it to my moustache. So there we are. There's the skin finish, all my tips and tricks, and I hope you enjoyed that. I'm now going to fill the rest of my face in, just a little bit under the eyes, a little bit in the eyebrows, and maybe warm up with a little bit of bronzer. So yeah, if you liked the video and you enjoyed seeing me share my tips and the products that I use, then please give this video a thumbs up, because that will help me with my channel grow. I've got a lot more ideas and things to share with you. So wherever you are, look after yourself, take care, and spread a smile. Yeah, it's infectious. Spread a smile. Lots of love. Bye bye.